things I wish people would have told me before I moved to Atlanta. And the reason why is basically this: when you think Atlanta, it's kind of like saying LA, where I actually lived for a while, but not all of Atlanta is Atlanta. Now, one of the great things about living in Monroe or some of Walton County is that you kind of have the choice. So you could move to somewhere that's new construction, where you get about an acre, but it's new construction, or you can move somewhere where you get 5 acres. So for example, I live on some little loop around thingy that's really accessible from a bunch of major highways, but I'm on 2 acres. So if you kind of want flexibility and you're like, you know what, new construction is nice, but I really want to have some acreage while still being connected enough to Atlanta, then Monroe might be right for you. This area has limited access to those kind of things. I think we recently got like a little shopping center, yay, that has a Ross in it. And I think now when I've researched like music venues, I think they have a listening room now that's occasionally open, but it's definitely completely different than something like Lawrenceville or Beaufort County, but especially in Monroe, is you will be needing a car, like a car for everything. You're going to the grocery store, you'll be needing a car. You want to drop your kids off at school, you're not going to be walking them down the road. That's a very rare instance. So car is 100% necessary. Transportation kind of really isn't an option unless you'd like to pay a whole lot of money for an Uber. Now, traffic in Monroe, that's definitely something else. So even if you are a little bit further out working and you're driving back, you're commuting back, I mean, it's a Friday afternoon, rush hour, and it's pretty chill, and that's usually how it is. So if you're looking at somewhere where it's not crazy traffic, this is definitely the place for you to be. Lawrenceville might be more of an area for you. As you can see, you're starting to see traffic, 2-lane highway, construction. That's kind of indicative of what Lawrenceville is. So if you are in Lawrenceville, that, for example, it's connected to everything. You have a little bit of driving time, but not as much as driving from Monroe. She started teaching at a local school in Gwinnett County, and as an immigrant, for me, it was like the first time, and I've lived here for a long time, since 2016. It really was the first time I felt like I fit in. I felt like it didn't stand out being from another country, and people just welcomed me, and there were so many different languages. I'm like, oh, where are you from? It just gave conversation piece, and it made it so much easier for me to relate to other people because of my own experiences. But also, you are not paying as much as you would be in Beaufort, in Alpharetta, those kind of things. House prices are much, much lower. So one thing that's actually really hard to capture is whether or not people actually leave their houses. And in Monroe, whereas you have to drive, here you can literally be living in a townhome. You can be living somewhere really close, and you're able to walk around, and there is nightlife opportunities, whether that's bars, whether that's restaurants, whether that's clubs. If you're in Alpharetta, one of the things that's really going to matter is a job market and job opportunities that you have, and a lot of times people stay. Behind me, you'll see some people biking, and that's just very common in Alpharetta. They have got actual bike paths where you have that opportunity that you might not have in other cities. It reminds me a lot of Berlin, Germany, which is where I'm from, where you have a lot of opportunities to just go, hey, you know what, let's just go outside, let's feel the vibe. Here, people are just walking all over the streets. There's little bars behind me. I think there's some guy playing on an acoustic guitar. So if you actually appreciate being able to walk somewhere and have the opportunity to hang out with people, this might be for you. Stroll down the street on a Friday night. That unfortunately does come at a price. Home prices they're close to double what they would be in Monroe. So if you're financially thinking, it's not that long of a drive. I say not that long, it's a little bit over an hour. But if you're saving thousands of dollars a month on your mortgage, then that might be what you want to do. So all in all, just depends. If you go to Lawrenceville, you find the middle way and you're like, hey, you know what, I'm connected to everything. Price point is roughly about middle. If you're like, nah, I just want my peace and quiet, I need a whole bunch of people walking around at all times at night, I don't need to be connected, I don't need like, you know, that community feel of social, going somewhere, then maybe Monroe is more for you. But if you're like, hey, I want to be out and about, this is what I want to do, I want to meet people, I'm new to Atlanta, then Alpharetta might be the place for you. However, all of that comes at a price point. Monroe typically tends to be lower. However, Alpharetta, you're looking at much more per square foot and per house. So it's all up to you and what you're looking for. So whether you're moving from Berlin, Germany, my OG hometown, or you're moving from awesome Marina del Rey, California, where I got to spend 3 years, or San Diego, 2 years. If you are looking for a realtor, feel free to just click on the link. It's in the description and let me help you find your dream home.